Okay, got it. I'll put on my
There you
glasses.
go.
I had my glasses right. There you go. So we do have some good news though. And Sarah, I want you to tell everyone the good news about um your weight loss and everything.
Well, hi everyone. I started about a year and a few months ago with the group, and I was around 475 pounds. And I went to the doctor on the 2nd of January, and I am down to 353.
Very good.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Very
So,
good.
So
so
in
that is,
total, the total amount of what you've lost is 122 pounds. And the reason why I'm indicating that, everyone, is because she didn't even realize how much she had lost. Right, Sarah?
yeah, no, I was just like, well, Jovi, I just lost, like 15 pounds from the last time that I went until this time. But total, I was not even counting from when I started. Not really. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's an amount of weight that I didn't even realize I had until I think about how much I lost. It's like, well, yeah, this is different and that is different, and I feel different in this way and that way. So yeah, it kind of, you can tell the difference. And then like Jovi said, because I started speaking it, it changes a lot, because I
Mhm.
actually can visualize myself getting more smaller, more thinner, and being able to do things that I wasn't able to do anymore. And now that I've lost this amount of weight, every time I think about it, I say, well, you know what? Maybe I can do this, because since I lost so much weight, it should be different. And I actually, can do it. So, yeah, it is amazing, the feeling that you can do something, that you never thought that you could, and then you just realize that you just done it, and that you can continue to do it until you reach your goal.
Well, I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really, really proud. And congratulations. That's the one thing and that's the reason why I was telling even Sarah, I was like, I need you to write it down. And then I'm like, okay, so I go, you know that you've lost so much. I go, from the time that you started with us to now, I go, it's been, like, let's calculate it. You were at this amount, which is 475, and you're what, at 353, right, Sarah? Did I say that correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's 100 pounds. When you see 122 pounds, that's a big accomplishment. And a lot of people don't see it, and that's where I was at too. I didn't see it, like, I'm like, oh, I lost 5 pounds this month, or I lost 10 pounds this month. So you see the increments of smaller amounts, but you don't see the whole total amount, if that makes sense. And for men, it's different. Men, I know Jim, like, he dropped it like that. It was like quick. And
Well,
for us women, it takes a bit longer. And the same, if
well,
that
I
makes
will
sense.
say I dropped it quick, but then the heart kicked in and went back up. And now, in this last week, I've dropped 12 pounds.
Oh, wow.
But that's all water.
Yeah,
But that's a good thing.
that is a good thing.
So,
It's all just clean living, Jovi.
Huh?
That's
you know
just
what,
clean
Jim?
living. That's all,
That's
Jovi.
when all hell broke loose, was when I started the clean living.
The clean living. Oh, man. The eating clean. And
People
getting
tell
it
you, oh,
down.
you got to do this, you got to do that. I do it, and I can't eat, I can't breathe. but we will do good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I know that you guys are amazing. And that's the one thing, like, it excites me. It excites me because I was like, I see just the total amount of the accomplishments that each and everyone has done. And some people don't see it. That's where I have to step in and say, but look, you've done this much. You've done this,
Mhm.
you know? Um, you have to always remember that part is
Well, it's funny because that was something you said to me. Write it down. Write down your starting point. Write down, a weekly total so you know where you're at. And you're going to go up and down.
mhm, and it's
I've gone
normal.
up and down a lot more than I expected to, but hopefully we get there. You know,
No, but you've been doing great though. And that's the
yeah.
main thing. The main thing is to write down your total amounts each day. Even if it's not each day, once a week,
Mhm.
um, until you get to your goal weight.
Yeah.
But the main goal is to remove all your medications. That's the main
Yep.
thing. That's the way I see it. So we do have Ingrid. She's new to the group. She's Alice's friend and my friend.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Ingrid.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thanks for asking. Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New
You
Year.
too.
You too.
Happy New Year to you.
So we're just going over a few accomplishments. Sarah has accomplished, she's down 122 pounds in total.
Congratulations.
So she's been doing great. She's lowered her medications as well, right, Sarah?
Oh my gosh, yes. I was taking um probably maybe 250, 300 units of slow and fast acting insulin, and now I'm taking probably just like 100 or 90.
Wow.
Like for example, I used to take like the slow acting in the morning and in the at bedtime, and I was taking 100 units in the morning and 100 units in the night. And then every time that I eat, I would take 80 of the Novolo, which is the fast acting. And
Oh,
now I'm taking like 45 or 50 of the slow acting. And every time that I eat, I gotta take maybe like 30 or 40 only, because if not, my sugar will go like to 45 or something.
okay. And which products are you using now?
I'm using the Santomist,
Okay.
and and right now that's all I'm using. And I'm gonna tell you, the Santomist has helped me. I've been diagnosed with severe, I'm not gonna say I have, I say only I've been diagnosed, because that's what the doctor said, but the Lord has the last word, right? So I say I've been diagnosed with severe deformative arthritis on my knees, mainly.
Okay.
And the Santomist is the only thing that allow me to move with more freedom.
Oh, okay.
The Santomist allow me to stand up out of my chair and sit down on my chair again without like trying to stand up and in stages, because it hurts so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So the Santomist allow me to just stand up like before, like when I wasn't in so much pain. I just stand up and let's go to the restroom or go to the room or whatever, and come back to my chair and sit down like nothing. And that's
Oh,
happened since the first time that I took it. I took it that night, and in the morning, I got up and went to the restroom, and I came back to my bed, and I'm like, what happened to my knee? Oh boy, it must, because I used to call it the mangosteen, because Santomist is made out of mangosteen fruit. And I
mhm.
said, it must have been the mangosteen. I can't believe it. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, Jovi, are you awake? I'm like, no. Like, you gotta wake up.
5 o'clock in the morning, okay?
Yeah, so I woke her up. I didn't care that she had to go to work, that she
It was
wasn't.
Saturday, so I didn't have to go to work that day. I
Oh, yeah,
don't think
okay.
I did it.
But it was important for me to know that, for her to know that this was a huge change because I could not get up without crying to go to the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
And now I just get up and go, and now with this weight loss, see a lot of people that hear you how much weight you have lost.
Mhm.
They see you and they be like, yeah, you say that you lost so much, and they focus on what you have not lost yet.
Yeah.
But to me, it
But as
makes a
long,
difference because I can feel it.
right. As long as you know. So now let me ask you this. With the weight loss, were you doing exercise or you just changed the way you was eating?
I do exercise. I move my legs because I'm sitting down, but I move my legs like if I was marching on the chair.
Okay.
And I move my arms. I do
Okay.
circles. I do circles with my arms, extend them to the sides.
Hmm.
And then I march with my legs. I
Okay.
stamp my feet. And then
So
I move my
explain why
ankles
you have to
around.
do it that way, Sarah.
I have to do it that way because, like I said, I have I've been diagnosed with severe deformative arthritis, and I can't last standing up. I cannot bend over like that too much or whatever. And I'm currently in oxygen because on 2021 I had COVID that put me in the hospital, almost on a ventilator. To God be the glory, I didn't go on the ventilator, and He brought me through. But I have oxygen, so now that I lost that weight, I use it a lot less than I used to use it 24/7. Now I don't use it 24/7.
Okay. Bless your heart.
So that's why I had to do exercise sitting down. But like I said, I move my arms, I move my legs, I move my knees. I stand, I lift up one foot and then go circles, and then I
Okay.
put it down and then I go the other one and then I bend my knees as much as I can. Then I go up and down with my ankles and to the sides and you know, any movement. And of course, I pause and breathe deep. I do sets of breathing exercising too. And I also used to take anxiety medication, and I'm almost not taking any.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's a big change. It's a big change, and to God be the glory.
Yes.
Speaking positive and doing, as much as I can.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a big change, and the Santo Mist has been a miracle. It really has been for me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sold.
You're so decent. Yeah, Jim is no longer diabetic, and Bill his diabetes is down as well. Like his sugar levels, you're down to 90 to 105, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, and I forgot to tell you, mine was every day like 455, 500, and since around 3 weeks, the highest that I had was 260, and the lowest that I had was 45 one day that I put too much insulin, and I have reduced my insulin more than half.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
45 is a little low, though.
It
Extreme.
is.
Time to grab some candy and
Yeah, I had some butterscotch and some cinnamon hard candy, and I had to eat
uh-huh.
like two of them, which I don't want it. I didn't want it, but I had to because I need to act. I need to act fast because 45 is too low.
Exactly.
You all
Whenever,
do
so
an
whenever,
emergency kit.
yeah.
Get yourself an emergency kit. Put you a can of Coke in it, a Snicker candy bar,
No,
things
no,
like
no, no, no.
for
No,
emergency when her sugar
no,
got
no,
that low.
no, no.
Why
No,
not?
Because I had other members that have gone that low. All you need is just a little bit of orange juice, actually like four
Right.
ounces of orange juice. You don't need more than that.
No, but I
Um,
said have an emergency kit.
no candy. I don't allow any candy at all for anyone. Not even
I use the candy because I didn't have orange juice at the moment.
no, I know, but like I'm just saying uh, like I know Ingrid wants us to put like an emergency. No sugars. I try to eliminate sugars completely from your diet. And the reason why is because those are temptations. Like for me, that was a big temptation was sugars. Um, so like for instance, yeah, you're gonna have maybe your dark chocolate, like if your sugar does go down for a little bit, or some orange juice that you're gonna do like 4 ounces if it goes down at 45, yes. Do your it's gonna be 4 ounces, and then if it hasn't gone up again within 5 minutes to 10 minutes, then you're gonna do another 2 ounces. And with that, that's enough for it to get your sugar levels up. Because you don't want to overdo it either, because that's what a lot of diabetics do. They'll over they'll drink a Coke, they'll eat some chocolate, and their sugar levels go back up to like 200. And that's dangerous too, because you're playing around with your sugar levels way too much. You're doing like a yo-yo. So that's the one thing that I don't suggest. If that makes sense. Oh, we have William too. William's new to the group as well. He is a diabetic. Um, so I'll be working with him as well. So Sarah, if you want to, well, who? Jim.
Jim,
Jim's turn.
what
Jim
did I
is
do
no
now?
longer a diabetic. So he's one of the rock stars, him and Bill and Rita and Martha in the group. So Jim, tell your story on how when you started with us and stuff.
I should just record this then, huh?
I have you recorded.
I feel like I'm in AA right now. Um, okay, so I started with the group. My sugar levels, my sugar levels were in the 300s. I was about my A1C was, and I don't know the exact numbers anymore, but it was my A1C was 13.8.
Wow.
Basically, I was gonna kill myself shortly. I mean, it really was that bad. And so then I I went to the doctors and we did all that and the medicines, and they told me I'd be on medicines the rest of my life, and I don't believe in them. But so anyways, I ended up running into this group, and within what it was 8 months, I lost over 100 pounds. And my A1C now, I'm off all meds, and my A1C is now 5.2.
Which is amazing.
And it
That's
was
great.
just so like you guys ask it. Yes, it was exercise. It doesn't go away by itself, but I just said I refuse. I refuse to be on medicine the rest of my life. It's not going to happen. They told me it was possible, and obviously it was, because here I am now. I stay with the group because it's so easy to fall back into our old habits.
Mhm.
It just keeps me grounded in everything. Um, so that's why I'm here. But it was exercise. It was not heavy exercise. I was exercising more than they told me to. I went crazy exercising, and they said, please stop, because it's not beneficial when you exercise that much. So they cut me down to stop me from all my exercise and cut me down to 20 minutes of exercise a day. And that's all it takes. And you got to do it first thing in the morning. You say, oh, I'll do it later at night. No, you got to do it first thing in the morning, because it gets your body awake and it gets it moving and everything. You got to get up. You got to move.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world, and you start the day out right, and you don't have to exercise crazy. Like I said, I mean, they cut me back from what I was actually doing, so you don't have to go crazy on it, but you just have to do it, and it's up to you whether you want to do it. Nobody's going to be there watching you do it. No one's going to be there to say you didn't do it or whatever, but I mean, you have to do it for yourself. I mean, it's you that you're doing it for. So,
Exactly.
and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right. So Jim and I, we overdid our workouts. We would work out at least 2 hours a day. I had a personal trainer, and like I had to make these like meals that were, for me it was really gross. I didn't like it, So that's why we came up also with the cookbook, Rita and Diane. She helped me out with it. She's co-author and also the editor of the cookbook. So that's how we came up with different recipes. Our family recipes, we converted them where they're healthier for us too. So there's a lot to learn. And just do simple things. Like Jim said, instead of doing like a whole hour, 2 hour workout, you're gonna cut it down to what, 20, the max, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah, and I go to the gym religiously every day before work now. Um, and it's about 45 minutes, and that's it. And it's a great way to start the day. I run in there before work, and I do my thing.
Yeah.
And like I say, nobody's there watching you. You can lie to yourself or whatever, but you've got to do it to help yourself.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you'd be on medicine the rest of your life. And trust me, I mean, the doctor. I've been doing this, and they tell me to do this, do that, do this, and it was completely against what we would say. And I still talk to people, and they still tell me I'm doing everything wrong. Oh no, that's not what the doctors say. That's not what they say. Well, whatever. And you know what? It worked for me, so I'm going to stay with it. But you can't tell these people that they're wrong or you're right or whatever, because they're going to believe what they want to believe unless they really want to change.
Yeah.
And you know what they did? Christopher said, he says, please, he goes, you're doing what you're doing. Trust me, just try it for, what do you say, Jovi, 30 minutes, 30 days. He said,
He
trust
said
me, 30
30
days.
to 90 days is what
Yeah.
we normally recommend.
He said,
And
just try.
Mhm.
And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But just try it, and if and just trust me, and just see if it works. And it did.
Yeah.
And it was against everything that the regular doctors say. Eat all these little small meals and do this and do that, and it's completely to the contrary of what I found is what works. So you gotta go in there with a little trust. Hey, you know what? You've been doing it this your way for how long, and look at where you're at. Look what it did to you, and look where you're at. So to trust us or trust Jovi for 90 days, what do you got to lose? You know, I can't say anything better. My daughter's happier that I did it, and you know what? I'm healthier for it, and so just try it. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. All right, Jovi, go ahead, and then I'll interrupt you again.
And you'll interrupt me again? No, that's
Yeah.
good.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, I'm trying to understand this. What is you're saying it's not beneficial to work out for 2 hours?
No, absolutely
I
not.
mean, okay. Why?
So it's going to hit your hormones.
It
And it's
does what now?
actually your hormones.
Uh-huh.
So your hormones start kicking in, and then you're going to actually, instead of you losing weight, you're actually gaining weight.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's very, but it is. You know, it's just like they tell you, you know, don't do the cardio because the cardio doesn't do much for you. You know, and the older you get, the cardio does less for you than you think about it. It's best to lift some weights, do the rubber bands. You know, you don't have to necessarily lift weights. You know, go out, get some rubber bands, but build muscle.
Yeah.
Okay,
When you build muscle, is you're gonna lose the weight.
is that a age thing? Because I think I told you the other day at one point, of course, it was like 10 years ago, maybe 15. I was going to the gym like 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes twice a day. And I get at least about 4 or 5 hours in the gym. And I lost like 75, almost 80 pounds within 7 months.
I think I used to do that a lot, but
Then
when
you
I
then your body plateaus also.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Because I got to a certain weight and I stayed that weight for like a good month and a half. And
Mhm.
I was kind of getting discouraged. And then, but after that month and a half, it seemed like the weight just dropped quick. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. You do plateau at a certain point.
you do plateau.
You know,
And
just like if you suddenly cut your calories to a certain amount, then your body, yeah, you lose the weight right away, but then your body gets used to living off of that set amount of calories. So then it stores and everything. That's why you do the fasting, because once you know, if you eat all these little small meals and you're just and then you're just sitting there living off say 1,000 calories and you're eating all these small, well, all your body's doing is burning that 1,000 calories. Learns to live off of that 1,000 calories. It's never going into your storage. That's why if you're fast, you sit there and it gets to a certain point, then it starts going after your stored fat.
exactly. So it's basically 80% of this is going to be food, 20% is going to be exercise. So it's going to be the opposite of what a lot of people say, a lot of what media tells you to do. You know, like to do workouts. Like now, I only work out 15 to maybe 30 minutes a day. That's the max that I do. I try not to do more. I had a couple friends that wanted me to work out with them, and they were they wanted to do like a whole hour, hour and a half. And I'm like, no, my hormones is gonna like jack my hormones up and I'm gonna gain weight. And I freaked out and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. So I stopped because I know my body. And you start seeing and noticing different things and it starts being easier for you, if that makes sense.
I mean, on my normal day, I do 5 miles on the elliptical, then I do a half hour rowing, then I do 30 some miles on a bicycle, and then I would do another half hour, three miles or so on the treadmill, and that was my daily workout.
But
So wait a minute, you
isn't
did
the
all that in 20
elliptical
minutes?
cardio?
Pardon me?
Isn't the elliptical cardio?
It was like I said, that's what I was doing, and
Oh,
it got me nowhere. I did that. I was working out, and I ended up doing a Tough Mudder, and I'm not sure if anybody knows what that is. It's just a military race or whatever. And but that I still I lost more. Then it all went away. Then I went back up in weight and everything, and now I came to this, and I like I said, I'm at the gym 45 minutes every day. I get up at 4:30, and I'm at the gym say 5 o'clock, and then I do that, and then I go straight to work.
so what exercise are you doing at this
Right
point
now,
in time?
for the most part, right now, I roll for 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes, which is
Okay.
basically using a rubber band. You know, it's basically tension and so it's basically like lifting weights, but at a smaller portion. Jesse, why do I keep calling you Jesse, Jovi? Um, Jovi does weights. I've torn ligaments and cartilage in my arms, so I kind of like this better because it's a steady. If you're lifting weights and everything, I could tend to twist my elbow more and tear my elbow more. So this is a steady pull, but it's just like
Mhm.
doing rubber bands or something like that.
Like I
Yeah,
But
I
started
heard
instead
rowing
of
works your
Mhm,
whole body too. So
it
yes, yes,
is.
you're using your legs, you're using your arms. I do it for high tension, and you can pick up the speed. I do 4 different positions on the bar. So I'm, underhand, overhand. That just I, I'm 62 years old. I don't need to be walking around flexing my muscles or anything like that. But uh,
Hey, look at Martha, okay?
well, she paints houses, Jovi. I can't keep up with her. I don't paint houses.
so
Like,
Jovi,
look
why
at
don't
Martha.
you plan a night where all of us meet up at the gym so we can kind of like get an idea of the things that you all are doing so that we can incorporate that in our workout.
We can do that if you like. I know I'm working with this one gentleman right now. I'm recording him. He does more of the jujitsu, karate.
Yeah,
Uh, so, but he's out in Homewood, and that's where I'm actually interviewing him, and I'll be talking to him. He's got a gym out there. So,
does he really?
yeah,
I've been thinking of just doing that, just to do something, just to be loose and everything also.
it
But
works a lot. I've been
oh yeah,
doing um what is it called? Qigong.
yeah. I
So
used to
that's been working out for
yeah, I
me.
used to do the boxing and everything too. The boxing, whatever that was called. I forget what it was called, and I really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
But um,
Well, he's got different classes. I know he's got one tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I don't know how much he charges. I'm not sure. I'm interviewing him in because the mentors that he's had um were meant were Bruce Lee's mentors.
yeah,
So I thought it was an interesting story. So I've been interviewing him and talking to him in regards to that. But Freddie knows him too. So,
yeah.
he's my cousin. So that's how I got introduced to
Are
them.
you trying to rope us into something else now, Jovi? What's going on here?
No, they were asking about a gym. I don't
Stop it!
have
I'm
a
only
gym. I don't
kidding.
have a
Cut it
personal
out, Jovi.
I'm like, I don't have a personal gym, but I know Mike has a gym, and then there's this other gentleman that I know also that has a gym. So, and yeah, we can go if you want to meet up like that. We can discuss about that. And I can show you a few things that we can do.
You know what? This just comes back to my experience with this group is like they told me when I started. Trust the system, try it for 30 to 90 days. If you're not seeing results and you're not happy with it,
Yeah.
it costs you nothing. And put it this way, if you're eating better and you're exercising, it didn't hurt you at all.
Yeah.
But all I can say is I seriously almost died by the diabetes because I was so bad. It was going untreated. I didn't even know I had it. And like I say, within 8 months, it was over 100 pounds I lost, and I'm off all meds and everything. Yeah, I go a little bit. I go a little, as Christopher used to say, I'm a little bit more hardcore than some
Yeah.
because I stick with the training. But and I don't starve myself. I mean, people think because of the diet that I eat, they've got me basically fasting most of the day, and then and then they've got me on a carnivore diet. You guys think that I don't eat? Well, I got a half slab of ribs here, and that's my dinner. And I actually just found this barbecue sauce that has 0 sugar and it's extremely tasty and it's only got 1 gram of carbs. So I'm
Is
getting
that
no,
Chubbs?
no, I don't know. I'd have to look. It's a new one that I just found, but it's
Okay.
there's that little bit of barbecue sauce I have, and then this is all meat. So there's 0 carbs in my dinner.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's easily done. Every little bit helps. You can cut a little carb here, you can cut a little carb there. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It really is. Like I say, just trust the system. Try it. You don't have to trust it. Just try it. Because like I said, I was going to doctors and to lose weight many, many times, and they all tell me the same thing: little meals, and do this and do that. Well, all that does is keep your body just status quo.
Mhm.
So, I'm gonna stop again, Jovi, till I interrupt you again. Okay.
That's fine. No, yeah, it's true though. Yeah, Sarah is down 122 pounds. Bill, how much have you lost completely, Bill?
Like 56 pounds.
As well. So, but the main thing that I always recommend, and this is my main concern with everyone, is don't focus on the weight. The weight's gonna drop. Focus on removing all your medications.
Right.
That's the main
And
goal.
just to
Well,
say thing, I'm a friend of Jim's. I met him and saw the major difference in him, and he's the one that convinced me to come join this group. And I joined, I want to say last August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this is only the weight loss is only since August 1st, let's say till now.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
and
That's
and like Jovi said, my goal was not to lose the weight, even though that is
Right.
a key factor. I just said I told the doctors that I refused to be on medicine the rest of my life.
yeah.
And
Right.
that was my goal, was to get off medicine. If
Mhm.
you actually see what's in that medicine and what it's doing to your body, it's worse for your body than anything. So my goal was not really to lose the weight, but like you say, it's gonna happen. It has to happen because of what you're doing. But my goal was to be on zero medicine. So should give you like a little buzzer, Jovi, when I'm done babbling?
The buzzer. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. Next.
Right.
You're a very much a person that people should listen to.
Getting a lot of information from you, Jim.
Yes.
Keep talking.
I got it from them. I'm just regurgitating from them. I mean, it really was an amazing adventure. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did, but it did.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased. It's easier for me now too because my daughter's gone and I live by myself now. So I make all my own meals. I don't have to worry about eating out and everything like that. I don't eat out. I cook all my meals. And like I say, everybody thinks, oh my God, you're gonna do this. You're gonna eat horror. You don't eat any. There's no taste to your food. I tell you, I eat extremely well. When I show the people the food that I take pictures of them to send to people too, and I was like, see, I mean, it's easy to do, and it's extremely tasty. It's extremely good for you, and everything. It's just, and I can't tell you all my bad habits because you guys got to start out right for a little bit. But I'll tell you, I refuse to quit drinking beer on the weekends. You just cut back and you don't do it as much. But there's so many low carb beers and everything. Like I said, if you just a little bit here, a little bit there, every little helps your body, and soon it will be. So I eat cheeseburgers. I tell my butt, and I still play softball. I still play volleyball and stuff. And I tell these guys, these other diabetics that I play with, I tell them the same thing. You guys can eat. You guys can do. Don't drink that beer. Drink a low carb beer. Well, no, whatever. And it's like, okay, so they just don't want to do it. They believe the meds is okay with them, and they're all good with it as long as they're doing that. But it is every little bit that you do helps. And and I do testing. After a couple beers, of low carb beers, so I can't have some of the low carb beers. I found one that works for me, and everybody's different, and it doesn't affect my sugar levels like the other ones do. Low carb beers do. So I mean, it can be done, and you don't have to give up your life. I still do everything, and not everything, but I mean, moderation in some, but it's I said you could cut corners. I'll have cheeseburgers. I tell the guys, eat the cheeseburgers, eat it all you want, just don't have it on bread. It's been 2 or 3 years now that I haven't had bread. And I'll eat sausages, hot dogs, whatever, but I just won't have it on a bun. I won't have a sandwich. I'll eat the meat, but I mean, come on, tell me how good a cheeseburger is. And no ketchup. Don't use ketchup. That's all sugars. You look at it. I use salsa. Use a low carb salsa.
Amen to salsa. Amen to salsa.
Right, and you're getting the tomatoes, the vegetables. There's no, and you get the ones without the sugar in it, and you're getting the taste of the ketchup just like you would the other. That's. I mean, come on, who doesn't love pieces of bacon? Come on now.
Well, I can't have it, Jim.
No, I
I'm
know you
allergic.
can. Well, why do I listen to you? I tell you I haven't eaten pizza, then you drag me to a pizza parlor.
I
mean,
know,
come
but
on.
it was remember, it had no crust or anything, and it was so good.
Yeah, but you know what? I never thought of doing that. And then I tasted how good it was. And now I can say, well, I guess I could have the pizza now.
I think that's the next one in the next cookbook.
Yeah.
Pizza.
But you know what? Salsa is the best dressing that you can ever find.
Yeah.
You can make it as hot as you want it to be, mild, medium, hot. Like mine has to be hot. But
mine has to be
I put
extremely
sauce on
spicy.
everything.
Yeah.
And like Mr. Jim said, if you want a hamburger, eat it with lettuce instead of the bun.
And I do, I have my daughter's only 23, so she still eats the pizza and everything, and and so I have to go out with her. So I was just telling Jovi and the doc the other day. I was with her in Arizona, and she wanted to go to Portillo's, so we went to Portillo's. Well, Portillo's now has a bowl. I never knew it. I went in there, so it's just a regular Italian beef, with the jardiniere in a bowl instead, and no bread. So now you don't even have to eat it. But then they have the Italian one, which has the Italian sausage and the Italian beef with your jardiniere. So I mean, they do realize that there is a. When I go to the restaurant, same thing. I'll get it like it says. I get it wrapped in lettuce. You can still enjoy your food. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy your food.
Exactly.
Yes, you can.
Okay, Jovi.
So Ingrid or William, do you have any more questions?
I got a question. Y'all probably already talked about it because I'm late, but as far as the if I'm saying it right, xanthomas.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Did anybody say anything concerning that?
Sarah did.
Fabulous.
Sarah,
Oh
you
my
want
God.
to? And then Bill too.
Okay, Mr. Okay, Mr. B, you want to go first?
Anybody?
Billy,
Okay.
What's that?
he wants to know your opinion on the xanthamus. Do you have any
I think it's
recommendations?
fabulous. I have a breathing issue, and for the main part, it's helped me a lot, and it works with bringing the CBD oil and that, bring the sugar levels in order and everything else. But you do have to exercise, and you have to eat right, and
Like I
you
said,
have
don't
to
think of
follow the
exercise.
regimen.
Yeah, don't think of the exercise as the exercising and strenuous. Just you got to get up, you got to get your body moving, you got to get your blood moving,
Right.
you just got to get
Exactly.
everything moving. You know, I mean, some days, yeah, you're not going to feel like exercising, but you know what? Do a couple. You don't even have to do sit-ups, but just like I say, you can get rubber bands and do the rubber bands at your house. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, it's 20 minutes. You having a bad day, 20 minutes. And if you want to come back later after, just because you know, after work, but I said you don't want to just thinking that you're exercising and yeah, it's gonna because that'll end soon, and then you'll be back and discouraged just like before.
Yeah.
And
My reason
that,
for asking about the xanthamus is that my issue is with my joints, my knees, and it's like when I sit down for a long time, when I stand up, I got to like stand there for a minute before I start walking because I be hurting so bad. And I was wondering, would the xanthamus help with that?
Yes. So Sarah, tell him when you first called me. He wasn't in when
Okay.
you were telling me.
Uh, I got the Santa Miss one day, and I said, "But I'm gonna take it tonight." And I put one spray on each side of my inside my mouth, and I went to bed. And the next morning, around 3 o'clock, I had to go to the restroom because being a diabetic, many times you wake up in the middle of the night and go to the restroom. So I woke up and I just my bed is like probably like 2 feet from the ground, so I had to kind of like jump or kind of like I have a stool to get out of my bed. And so I just got down from the bed, put my shoes on, and went to the bathroom, and then came back and I got on the bed. And all of a sudden, I realized that I just did all that. And like you said, I did not have to stand up in stages and wait until I get rid of the pain a little bit so I can move. And I have been diagnosed almost for about 10 years with severe deformative arthritis. And it hurts like heck. So when I done that, I was like, what happened to my knees? Oh, it must have been the mangosteen because, like I said, San Tomas is made of the mangosteen fruit. So I
Mhm.
used to call it first just mangosteen spray. So I called Jovi. What happened, Sarah? I said, are you awake? No. I said, well, you gotta wake up. I said, because I gotta tell you that I took the mangosteen last night, and this morning I got up like I didn't even have no knees. What? I said, yeah. I got up and until the day of today, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that, for the glory of God, His mercy and His grace, and that Santo Miss, I can get up and go to the restroom. I don't have to think about, oh, I had to get up. Oh, and I used to think of the pain, and I used to cry because I knew I was gonna hurt. And I would get up from my chair, and I, like bend over and then just wait, and then strain up a little bit and more and more and more, and then just getting up in stages.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I have accidents because the pain in my knees was so great that my bladder went a hole. And now I don't have to go through that. I can get up and go to the restroom, and that almost makes me cry to think about it because it really is a blessing. And it's just so crazy that just a spray that you just put in your mouth is gonna have that effect, but it does. It does. It really does. And let me tell you, when I run out and I'm not taking it, oh boy, I was like, oh, my spray. Because you get used to it, and when you finish and you're waiting for the other one, it's like you know. But it had made a lot of difference in my life. It has helped me, and I could go into the technicalities to tell you how it works but it's really what it does is that it helps.
So
It
it's
helps a whole lot.
basically it's a temporary fix.
But to me, I mean, it's been helping me. And even when I finish it and I'm waiting on the next, I'm just, it stays in your body because, it's like it builds up,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep on taking it. I mean, I don't want to stop because I don't want to continue to have that. I don't want to go back to the same pain again.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to me, it's worth it to be able to do that.
Okay.
And I take it everywhere, and I don't really have to use it, but like I said, I want one spraying on the right side, one spraying on the left side. And I do that right, I brush my teeth and then I do that. And then in the evening, before when I go to bed, after I took my medication, and because I'm not that far yet not to taking medication, I still take medicine. So I take my medication and everything, and when I'm not gonna drink anything else, I do my Santa Mist and I go to bed.
I don't consider it a temporary fix because for me, I also have pains, as I had mentioned to you yesterday. So the xanthomist helped me a little bit more. I don't have to take as much of the CBD oil like I used to. So the xanthomist, I can do like 2 sprays in the morning and 2 at night. Um, the CBD oil, I used to do like more than a full dropper. So it'd be a full dropper and a half in the morning or at night, and then another full dropper. Now I'm doing either half a dropper or a full whole dropper in the morning and at night. Um, I am doing more weights and I'm working my body a little bit more intense. So I do still take both of them, but because I'm working on my body and trying to get everything back together after all the weight loss that I've done. So those two are my go-to for me personally for pain because the
You don't
pain
need.
I don't like pain. I'll be honest with you. That's one of my things. Like I don't like pain, but I don't like taking pills. I won't take pills. I won't take any pain medicine. Um, I don't like having any of the artificial stuff. I like more natural. If I can have a tea, better. If it's a spray, even better for me because I don't have to take any pills. So those are my main things. Like I rather have that and I know that it's a fruit that I'm consuming, or I can take a tea or an oil that I know that it's going to be in my body. And sometimes I'll miss a day or two and it's still working in my body. So I don't feel as much pain as I used to, if that makes sense. So if I miss a day or two, it won't be like I'm missing something or my body's going to react a certain way, like you're saying it's a temporary fix. It's in your system for a while, so your body's actually still like running with it. Like you don't feel as much pain, or I don't feel as much pain. I can say
Mhm.
it for myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. As far as purchasing the Xanthomist,
Mhm.
is it better to, is the price better if you get more than one? I put it that way.
Bill?
What was the question?
If you buy more than one, that if it's going to be a better purchase for you.
Yes. Yes, much better.
It's a
You
much
could
better
save
deal.
up to 20%. Yeah, you could save up to 20% at times.
Okay.
That and then you can see how long it lasts. It lasts you a
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. It's, it says 30 days. It lasts me over 60. So,
One thing unless last you 60.
yeah.
Okay.
And for me, it's a month and a half.
Yeah. Which is right about that same
About
timeline.
same for me, a month and a half or so.
Yeah.
Okay. I need it. This knee pain
You
is,
need
yeah. And I had like, I know what it came from. I had a knee surgery in like 95, 96. And the surgeon told me after he finished, he's like, you're gonna be all right, but you're gonna have arthritis in your knee doing down the line sometime. And he told the truth because it's hitting me now.
Yeah.
And it came
Don't
like all
speak
of a
it.
sudden. It
Yeah.
was all of a sudden.
Oh, wow. Well, I think even with the weathers here in Chicago, I know I've noticed it a little bit more now. I know where I'm working at, the door like opens and all this cold wind gushes in. And I feel it. Like I'm like, man, I've never felt, like my joints hurting like this or.
Hmm.
But I think it's like the cold weather. I don't know. It's been affecting me a lot. I've never felt it like this.
I believe it's got a lot to do with the weather. I've actually been moving out of Chicago for the last 20 years. Every year I say, I'm not going to do another winter here.
I know.
And I'm still here now.
Same here. It's been 11. Mine's gonna be 11 years already back.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, like with this whole program. And like I'll speak to you and Ingrid in detail if you want to afterwards, or we can do it tomorrow after you speak with Dr. However you guys feel, and then we'll go from
Okay.
there. Okay. And then if you want to purchase it right now, I can help you with that process too.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions? No? You, Sarah?
Oh, I just wanted to say, Mr. Brewer, if that's how you pronounce your last name,
Yes.
be encouraged. Don't get. Not every day is gonna like the Christians say. Not every day is gonna be Sunday. Not every day is gonna be, like all joyful and stuff. Nevertheless, just speak how you wanna feel. I learned that from a person that is looking at us right now on the screen. Speak into existence how you want to feel. Many times it's going to take for us to continue to say it. Even if we don't believe it, say it until you believe it.
Yeah. You
Speak
have
it.
to believe what you're doing is going to work for you. And yes, we have to adjust a couple things, and we'll be adjusting a couple things for you specifically, as I had mentioned, because each body is different. Everybody's body is different. It's not going to be a cookie cutter for each and every one of us. Jim has a different cut for him, Bill too, and Sarah as well. So, and then myself, I have it different too. So, in overall, like we'll be working together. This group on Fridays is basically us coming together, telling what has happened for the week. Like, oh, I didn't do good this time, but this happened, or you know what, I lost so much weight and this happened. Like some exciting news too. Um, and we're always going to be also like in text as well. you can text me saying, hey, Jovi, I had issues with this. What do you recommend? Do you think this would work for me or not? You know, I have someone that
Mm.
tells me, she's like, can I eat this? I was like, dude, no, you can't eat that. You know, so she'll send me pictures of stuff that she wants. I was like, okay, it's organic. Let me see the backing, you know, because we'll go over labels and stuff too. And I'm like, look at the ingredients. It's not good for you, you know? So little stuff like that. And we can go more in detail with that.
And in the meantime, I'm going to say good night.
All right, Bill, thank you.
All
And
right, thank
keep me
you,
posted with
and
your blood work.
appreciate all of your support.
You're very welcome. Let me
And
know.
I'll talk to you during the week.
Yes, please send me your information and I'll send it to Dr. Phillip.
I will as soon as I get it Monday or Tuesday. So,
Okay, perfect.
all
right,
right,
Bill.
I will
Thank
talk
you.
to you then.
All
All
right,
right,
take
good
care.
night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good
Good night.
night.
You guys have any other questions or anything like that?
You said tomorrow at what time?
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock. Okay.
Yes, just so you guys can meet Dr. Phillip, like on one-on-ones. And then we can go from there. We can place the order, or if you want to do it tonight, you can do it tonight. I know I have a church session that I have to jump on shortly. So
Okay. Can we do it after the meeting tomorrow?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll see you and Ingrid tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
All right.
All right. And Jim,
Okay.
just hold on. I need to speak with you.
I said something wrong again. I'm in trouble with the class.
I know, right? Not at all, not at all.
All right. Everybody have a good night then.
All right, have a good one.
All
Thank
right.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Sarah, jump on the church. They're already on. And I want to remove you, okay?
Okay, I'm going. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, good night.
Stay on, Jim.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, hold on.